Hey guys, and welcome back. Be sure to check out all of our college football picks over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. We have 14 picks against the spread for today's action. 2 of those are our free plays, which are for the Penn State versus Ohio State game, as well as the Indiana versus Maryland matchup. So if you want to check out all of those picks against the spread, again, you can check those over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Heading into this video, we're going to be talking about this matchup here in the Big 12 between Texas Tech and Oklahoma. Texas Tech finds themselves as about 20-point underdogs here, with the over-under on the point total sitting at about 76 points, an astronomically high number. If you're a fan of offense, this should be a really fun game to watch, given that both of these teams have 2 of the more lethal offensive units in the Big 12, and not necessarily defenses that are up to the same level of play that we've been seeing from both these teams. But starting with the road team here, Texas Tech, they laid an egg last week at home against Iowa State, but when looking at their entire resume of work, this group has generally been putting themselves in positions to compete even against higher tier competition, going against a very respectable schedule this year. Up to this point, the Red Raiders have played in very competitive contests against opponents like West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Arizona State, Houston, and Tech will try to take advantage of this Sooner defense this week in their attempt to pull off the upset. This is a Texas Tech offense that has been very solid, ranking 14th in the nation in scoring, as well as 7th in passing. And QB Nick Shimanek has thrown for over 2,300 yards and 18 touchdowns. If Texas Tech is able to get a little bit more consistency and getting the ball rolling a bit more offensively with that pass game today against what has been a fairly weak Oklahoma defense at times this year, they're going to have a chance to stick in this one in what should be a very high-scoring game. The home team today, we're not quite as high on the Sooners as most of their shortcomings that we've been seeing out of this group has been on that defensive side of the ball, which isn't a great sign coming into this one against a Texas Tech offense that has certainly shown some very positive things this year. Oklahoma has the standout win on the road against Ohio State, which will help their case to stay in that college football playoff discussion. But the Sooners likely have to run the table from here on out to get that opportunity. Oklahoma played in yet another competitive contest in their last outing, but they were able to come through against K-State, picking up that win by a touchdown by a final of 42-35. In their last outing at home, Oklahoma actually came up short against Iowa State, losing that one by a final of 31-38. That's the same team that Texas Tech fell to at home in their last outing. QB Baker Mayfield has been having himself another impressive campaign. Very, very similar numbers to Tech's starting quarterback. He also has over 2,300 passing yards as well as 19 touchdowns so far this season. This should be a very fun matchup, like I've been saying, to watch if you're a fan of offense. And if the Red Raiders are going to have a chance to maybe potentially go on to stay competitive, or maybe even pull off the upset if everything goes right for them, they have to sustain long drives, keep their defense off the field, unlike what they did last week against Iowa State. We feel Tech has the tools to take advantage of this Oklahoma defense, and as a result, we do feel like the Red Raiders have the betting edge here today, getting the generous amount of points at about plus 20. If you can get this at plus 21, that would be even better, getting the full 3 touchdowns. But even at plus 20, we still feel like Texas Tech is going to be the better value play in today's matchup. So again, guys, if you want all of our college football plays for today's action, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. We have 14 picks against the spread, and our 2 free plays over at stumpthespread.com for today's action are for the huge Penn State versus Ohio State matchup, as well as another one for the Indiana versus Maryland game. So if you want to check those out, again, that link is down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, guys, and we hope to see you in future videos. Bye.